not gonna die like this. That'll teach you.
Hold! Cast! Hold! Cast! Hold! Cast! Hold! Hold! Anything quite like that.
Where'd you come from?
Something smells foul.
Who's there? I knew I heard something.
you found? Are you prepared to honor? May the blessings of Auriel protect you as you climb the road to the inner sanctum and final enlightenment.
Hold! Cast!
These Falmer, they're frozen in the ice. I wonder how long they've been like this. I knew I heard something.
Be careful.
Hold! Cast!
Did you really come here expecting to claim Auriel's bow? You've done exactly as I predicted, and brought your fetching companion to me.
Wait, is he talking about me?
Which, I'm sorry to say, means your usefulness is at an end.
I knew I heard something. Where'd you come from?
An impressive display, but a wasted effort. You delay nothing but your own deaths.
Watch out! He's pulling down the ceiling! Come on, we can do this. I know we can. He's up there on the balcony. Come on. Enough further. Give us the bow.
How dare you? I was the arch-curate of Auriel, girl. I had the ears of a god.
Until the betrayed corrupted you. Yes, we've heard this sad story.
Gelibor and his kind are easily manipulated fools. Look into my eyes, Serana. You tell me what I am.
You're a vampire? But Auriel should have protected you.
The moment I was infected by one of my own initiates, Auriel turned his back on me. I swore I'd have my revenge, no matter what the cost.
You want to take revenge on a god?
Auriel himself may have been beyond my reach, but his influence on our world wasn't. All I needed was the blood of a vampire and his own weapon, Auriel's bow.
The blood of a vampire. Auriel's bow. It was you? You created that prophecy?
A prophecy that lacked a single final ingredient. The blood of a pure vampire. The blood of a daughter of Cold Harbor.
You were waiting all this time for someone with my blood to come along. Well, too bad for you. I intend on keeping it. Let's see if your blood has any power to it.
Farewell.
I've got your back.
So the deed has been done. The restoration of this way shrine means that Verther must be dead, and the betrayed no longer have control over him. What? What are you talking about? A vampire. I see. That would explain much. Deep inside, it brings me joy that the betrayed weren't to blame for what happened here. Because that means there's still hope that they might one day shed their hatred and learn to believe in Auriel once again. It's been a long time since I felt that way, and it's been long overdue. My thanks to both of you. You risked everything to get Auriel's bow, and in turn, you've restored the Chantry. I can't think of a more deserving champion to carry it than you. If you wish to learn more about the bow, or obtain sun-hallowed arrows for it, I'd be more than happy to help. You've but to ask. I trust you're faring well. Even with Verther gone, and the inner sanctum destroyed, my duty as a Knight Paladin of Auriel remains. I have been sworn to protect this veil and everything it represents until I die. Farewell, friend. May the radiance of Auriel. If there's anything at all I can help you with, please ask. I feel nothing but sympathy for the betrayed, despite my actions against them. But I'm afraid that they're well beyond a cure at this point. The twisted forms you've seen didn't occur overnight. It isn't a plague or a disease that ravaged our species. The dwarves may have stolen their sight, but it took many generations for them to become what they are today. Perhaps they'll never return to their former appearance, but over the centuries, I've noticed a rise in their intellect. If a line of communication could be established with them, maybe they can find peace. It's the only way they'll discover that they weren't always malignant. They were once a proud and prosperous race. While it would fill me with joy to see the Chantry back to its former glory, that time has long since passed. Now that my brother's dead, it's quite possible I'm the last of our kind. There's no need for that kind of talk. I said it was possible. It's also quite possible that there are some other isolated conclaves of snow elves nestled elsewhere on Nirn. I'll also assume Vertha didn't exactly give you the option to stay your hand. For the time being, I will remain here on the Overlook and continue trying to keep the Sanctum free of the betrayed. You're always welcome to return here at any time, of course. The bow was said to be carried by Auriel himself into battle against the forces of Lorkhan in ancient and mythic times. Its craftsmanship has no equal anywhere within Tamriel, and possibly beyond. The bow draws its power from Aetherius itself, channeling it through the sun. Therefore, when an arrow is loosed from the bow, it produces a magical effect very similar to being burned by fire. That's actually only a fraction of its potential. With sun-hallowed arrows, you would be able to produce a much more spectacular effect, causing bursts of sunlight to envelop your foes. The sunbursts would certainly hurt anything, but is especially devastating to the undead. Well, using an arrow with the bow that's been dipped in blood may cause it to function differently, corrupting its purpose. That's, of course, if you're foolish enough to try it. I can actually assist you in that regard. If you were to bring me some good quality elven arrows, I could imbue them with the proper incantations and rituals. Absolutely. I can only do 20 at a time, so if you want the rest of your arrows blessed, let me know. Certainly. I can only do 20 at a time, but I'm afraid I'll need elven arrows if you want me to produce the sun-hallowed arrows. And it seems you're...
It's not as shiny as I was expecting. Still, it's beautiful. I think we both know. It's time to face my father. If we don't, he'll keep chasing us for the rest of our lives. I've been thinking about this for a long time. It's not easy, but I don't think we have much of a choice. No, this has to end here and now. If we head back to the castle and kick the front door in, we're gonna be knee-deep in his friends. Let's head back to Ozesrt and let him see what we've got first. I'm betting he'll lend us a sword or two.
Hold! Now cast! Door? 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 Not here!
The free air of Foos at long last. As promised, I now teach you the first word of soul tearing. Re, the essence of your enemy's life force.
Door? Not here!
I can feel...
Khajiit guards your back.
Door? 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 Not here!
You have kept your side of the bargain. Now let me fulfill mine. Feel the last word of soul tearing within yourself. Zol. The unlife that results when a soul is imprisoned in dead flesh.
You are taking us somewhere warm, I trust.
Door? Hold! Cast!
Khajiit guards your back.
Archmage or not, my rules about books still stand. All this knowledge might have been lost. Well, well. I haven't seen one of these beauties in a long time. A rare find in the original Falmer language. You're damn right I'm interested. Question is, are you selling? Well, considering no one else in Skyrim would buy something they couldn't possibly read, I'd say you don't have much of a choice. Tell you what, you bring me books like this, and I'll pay 1,000 gold each. I'll even throw in a translated edition I have for free. Interested? Here you go. I don't care if you... There are more books to be recovered and secured in the Arcanium. All right. I wrote down the last place I'd heard about. Don't get killed. Looks like you're still in one piece. And more importantly, so is the book. Thank you. I'm always trying to find more of Shalador's writings. I've heard whispers of more of his work having turned up. If you can track it down, it may prove useful to all of us. May your next fight bring you victory. I don't care if... There are more books to be All right. I wrote down... Looks like you're still in one piece. And more importantly, so is the book. Thank you. Until next time.
Khajiit guards your back.
The bow. You have Auriel's bow. I've heard it described in tales, but I could never have imagined.
Do you have a
its
moment?
beauty.
Gunmar and I have been talking and, well, we're slightly worried. We both realized that if Ysron's even allowed us in here, he must be really concerned. And if he's that concerned, the situation must be pretty bad. Make sense? Yes. These vampires are a new threat, and a truly deadly one. Gunmar and I agree that we're going to need Florentius to help. Gunmar and I have a lot of work to do here, so we were hoping that maybe you could track him down. He's a priest of Archay. Well, he was. It's complicated. He's a little eccentric, but we can trust him, and we could definitely use his skills. Well, that's the thing. We don't know where he is. Haven't seen him in years. I think he had regular contact with the Vigilance, and I know Ysron kept track of them. So maybe you could ask Ysron if he knows anything? Just keep in mind that well, he might not like the idea. Well, this isn't exactly a palace, is it? Still, it's sturdy, secure, and seems defensible. I suppose I'd rather be here than most other places in Skyrim. If Ysron needs me, it must be pretty bad. I I wonder what we're up against here. I'll buy whatever you're looking to get rid of. I want to add some punch to our crossbow capabilities. I've done all I can on my own. I need a little inspiration. I've always been fascinated with Dwemer artifacts. I take them apart, poke around in their guts, and try to figure things out, with mixed results. But as luck would have it, I've tracked down the location of some actual Dwemer diagram drawings. So, if you'd be a dear and collect those plans for me? Mm-hmm.
The bow. You have Auriel's bow. I heard it described in tales, but I could never have imagined its beauty. Indeed, the day hasn't been won while Harkon still walks Tamriel. But what of Serana? Can she be trusted to lift a blade against her own kind, her own family? I suppose that's as much as I can hope for. Let me address the Dawn Guard and then we'll be off. The men deserve to know that we finally gained the upper hand.
Everyone, gather round. Come on then, we haven't got all day.
You're taking us somewhere warm, I trust.
I've got your back.
I knew it would come to this one day. I knew. And no one believed. Keep your eyes open.
For too long, we've
If
allowed
anyone
these
sneaks up
vampires
on
to
us,
poison the
I'll
night
smell
and
them
kill our
coming.
people.
Or I
Now,
might not.
we
We will
finally
see.
have the means to strike back. We now have Auriel's bow. The gods themselves have favored us, and we must answer with action. The time has come to finally put an end to Harkon and his unholy prophecy. We will march on their lair and destroy those wretched abominations so they can no longer corrupt our world. This is our fight, and this is our fate. This is the time of the Dawn Guard! Kill the abominations!
You look crossbow and bolt between the eyes for me!
Leave no prophecy in one piece.
It's time we take the fight to their door. Gather your things and rest well, my friend. We meet outside Castle Volkihar. Who said something? Soreen or Gunmar? I thought they'd have learned their lesson by now. I don't trust that man, and I don't want him here. I suppose she's right. I shouldn't let my personal feelings get in the way. Last I heard of him, he was aiding the vigilance of Stendard Runvald. He may still be there. If he can maintain some appearance of normalcy, I'll allow him to stay. The Jarl's in danger. A vampire plays as a visiting advisor to the court. Destroy it before it's able to complete its foul business. But be warned, the Jarl's guards are unaware of the threat, and will treat violence against this advisor as a crime. Convince the Jarl of the threat, and he'll let you destroy the creature. If not, then do your best not to get caught. Quickly now. The longer you delay, the more danger the Jarl is in. Stay alert.
is a...
I'm Skald's housecarl, and head of his guard in Dawnstar.
You're not as dumb as you look. That's quite a bold claim. I'd need proof before I could possibly accept it. Don't bother me again unless it's important.
Don't even
only
think
aim
about
is to
it.
keep the peace.
I'm here to lend my magic to the people of Dawnstar.
Yeah?
I've been in... Well, I trust you'll take care of this unwanted visitor. My guards will not interfere with you carrying out my justice. Till next time.
Skald is very vocal about his hatred of the Empire.